disregarded everything like that I told them basically. Even though before they were like, okay, yeah, we don't have to say that, and then the cameras are on and they're like, ask him.
Did you get a job at a bar there?
It was an opportunity someone told me about. Sounds like fun. Yeah, it was a lady bar, 30 girls there, drinking, partying every day. Because what happens a lot is you get like mama sans and different people try and sell people these bars, but they don't have the right to sell it, and they'll take the deposit. You'll start work or whatever, and then a couple of months down the line, the real landowners will be there with the real lease, and they'll just kick you out. And that would have happened back then.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the One Night in Bangkok podcast. If you guys are new here, we are bringing you some of the best people, places, stories from not only right here in Bangkok, but from all around Thailand. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Check us out on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Check out our new Instagram account called NIGHTLIFE Thailand. And if you want to join our private community group, we have a new One Night in Bangkok group down below. So check that out. It's totally free to join. And there's a lot of people there that are coming to Thailand this year and that are asking questions about where to go out and what to do and who to meet. So go check that out down below. Tonight, I have a very special guest, fresh off his BBC debut.
How's it going, man?
I'm sure a lot of people have saw the controversy around that. So just do me a favor, pull the mic up like really close. Yeah, there you go.
How's that?
That's perfect. So how should I introduce you? Mac TV?
Well, yeah, Mac. Most people know me as Mac TV.
Yeah.
My full name's actually Macaulay, but people just call me Mac for short, so you can just call me Mac.
Okay. Mac it is.
Yeah.
And we've also got Bam here. Before anyone asks, Ern is away in Japan for a while, so Bam has been
doing the job
in,
today.
So no one freak out. So Mac, I recently watched your featured performance on the BBC documentary, and as someone that's lived in Thailand for like almost 7 years now, I had a lot of thoughts, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that that people don't know too. But before we get into all that, I also want to talk to you just about living in Pattaya, your experience working there, what it's really like, because I don't really know anybody that lives there. I know a lot of people go there, they visit there for a weekend or a week, but I think when you live in a place like that, it's a lot different. Yeah,
definitely. Like a lot of people tend not to live in Pattaya and just come as like a holiday place. Yeah. And it seems like it is, just that sort of destination. People only go for a couple of days and then get out of there and escape. But when you do live there, you just become accustomed to everything that's going on. And I don't feel in any way that it's, a bad place to live or anything like that. But there are some sort of, stereotypes that people associate with Pattaya and stuff like that.
Yeah. Before we get into what you did in Pattaya, how you got your YouTube going, how does a guy from the UK end up in like the world's largest red light district?
Sure. So, I just wanted to get out the UK a few years ago, and I just wanted to make videos. That was my passion. And I'd travelled all around Thailand. I wasn't really sure. Well, originally my plan was to travel all around Southeast Asia. I wanted to be like, the Southeast Asia YouTuber guy. And I did it. But I ended up just getting so comfortable in Thailand. And I did a big loop of Thailand. And then I had an option at this point where I could either like go to Laos or Cambodia. But as a growing YouTuber, you've really got to sort of nail down on your niche. And I thought if I start going making videos in Laos and Cambodia, it's going to be such harder for me to grow. I already had a bit of connection in Thailand, so I just thought I'd stay in Thailand. And I had a lot of friends. When I did a big loop of Thailand, the place that I knew the most people when I've been everywhere was Pattaya. So I just went back there to see my friends there and ended up staying there.
Interesting, because when I came to Thailand, I heard these things about Pattaya. I never went there. I said, I don't want to go there. It took me 5 years being in Thailand to go there for the first time. Yeah. So interesting. That's like number one place you started.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I heard about some things with like red light districts or whatever, but I didn't have any clue, about it until I was sort of there. It wasn't like on my radar when I was in the UK or anything. I
Yeah.
Just randomly ended up there.
Yeah. So what year was this, or how long ago was it?
I left the UK. It was 3 years ago this December, Christmas. So come Christmas, I'll have been in Thailand for 3 years.
Okay. And what was your plan when you moved there? Were you set on doing like YouTube? Were you going to try to find a job?
Yeah, I was pretty set on doing YouTube. Just set on doing YouTube and just anything to sustain the lifestyle and keep myself going out here. I didn't really want to go back to England. I just wanted to carry on traveling. I already did a year in Australia before. I could have gone. I've got a second visa to go back there. That was like my plan B. But really, I just wanted to stay around Southeast Asia and travel around there.
Yeah. And when you went to Pattaya, were you thinking like, okay, I can be the Pattaya guy?
Yeah.
I can be the resource for everybody. I can be...
Well, what I noticed was a lot of the other content creators that are based in Pattaya, they're quite older and, they've got their own things going on. And there wasn't really a young crowd, like a online sort of YouTube thing going on. And I don't know, my videos quite resonated with people because I was bringing in sort of a younger audience. So every videos that I was putting out, it seemed to get decent views and more views than I get in like Bangkok or Phuket, anywhere else. So it just seemed easier for me to get a foothold in Pattaya.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I always thought of Pattaya as like a lot of young people visit there to party and whatever, but the people that live there, I feel like tend to be on the older side.
Yeah.
Is that true, or is that just what I think?
It is true. There's quite a lot of older people there now. Well, there always has been, but there's definitely like younger crowds coming in all the time. Like even since I've been there, I've noticed like all the younger people coming in, especially down like the party streets and stuff. A lot of like young British guys compared to like, well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what it was like years ago, but it just seems like there is more younger people. And maybe it's just because I know more people.
Do you feel like you get judged for living there? Because I was talking to Bam earlier about like, if you move to Pattaya, how would Thai people react? Would they think like, oh, why are you going there? So does that, she said that maybe it's...
Yeah, I think some people do judge in a way, but it doesn't bother me. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm living my life. I'm not doing something I shouldn't be. And if people want to judge, they can judge at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think this now. Like I didn't go there for a long time, but once I went there, I was like, oh, this is just kind of like a chill beach town.
Yeah, like it's got like two crazy streets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's not like the whole city.
Yeah,
you get that in like London, New York, LA. You get these places everywhere.
Sure. I half agree with you because I think you can go there and live a totally normal existence and you can avoid all of that craziness and all of like the stereotypical stuff. However, when I go there just to like chill and work on my computer, like I had a moment where I was in a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And it was at like 1 p.m. on like a Tuesday. And I look up from behind my screen and I see like this older gentleman sitting by himself, like staring out the window. This guy sitting by himself, like looking at his phone. In this Starbucks, I've never seen so many older, white, single guys just doing nothing. And I was like, that's odd. And then I realized, oh, these guys are just waiting for the bars to open so they can go out again and just do this for like 2 weeks and then go home.
It is like that. I've made some videos on this topic. Like some guys come here with the pension, don't they? It's like some people work hard all their life in the UK and they might have had relationship problems for whatever reason, and they're just, waiting for that moment they can come to Thailand and just see out their days and enjoy themselves. And some people do get stuck in a bit of a rut, I think. Like you say, waiting for the bars to open in the morning, it just becomes a bit of a cycle for some people. And that's just the way the city is. It's its own thing, and some people can appreciate it for what it is and some people look down on it.
Yeah. What would you say is something about Pattaya that foreigners from the outside don't understand?
I would say it's a good question. I think people need to stop just reading and seeing everything they see on YouTube and in the media and just come and experience it for yourself, because as I said, there's like 2 crazy streets, but the rest of it, like, it looks beautiful. You know, there's nice condos and great spots to like eat and hang out. All the big tourists attractions are there. You've got the second biggest water park and loads of things to actually do, activities for families and stuff. That's a big thing as well. People think, oh, don't take your kids there, but there's more stuff to do for kids in Chonburi than there is in the rest of Thailand. There's loads of stuff.
Bam, would you ever go on a trip to Pattaya with your friends, or have you been before?
Yeah, but normally we go like a 1-day trip.
Where do you
in the
go?
morning,
Like, what do you do there?
chill at the beach.
Okay, like, what is it, Pattaya Beach? Is
Like,
that the
yeah,
main one?
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Beach is the main beach.
Yes.
Or would you go to like Jom Tien or somewhere over there?
I go to Jom Tien.
Yeah.
I think it's more quiet.
Yeah, it is more quiet over there.
Yeah. And there's some really nice restaurants and spots. Like one of my favorite restaurants in Thailand is called Oxygen.
Oh,
Do you know this place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
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 really
a
Oxygen.
cool.
massive restaurant on the water.
Mm.
It's the kind of place that like all the girls go to take photos and
Yeah.
do all that stuff. But the value for what you get is unbelievable, especially compared to Bangkok. Like, it's so affordable for such a nice experience.
Yeah, I imagine that in Bangkok would cost a lot
it'd
more.
Be ridiculous.
Mm.
So, okay, cool. So, yeah, I think I'm not saying Pattaya is my absolute favorite place in Thailand, but it's definitely different than an outsider would.
Yeah, like talking about it, like it. Honestly, if I could, I would move to a different part of Thailand. I would live in Bangkok or Koh Phangan.
Yeah.
But for me and my videos and my business, like, that's where all my business and all my money's made. I've sort of built a network there now, and it's like I'm not trapped there, but it feels like if I leave for too long, I'm sort of missing out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got sort of embedded.
Now, when you moved there, did you get a job at a bar there?
Yes, not initially. So I did that 6-month loop, and then I wanted to make some more money, and there was an opportunity someone told me about. I thought, sounds like fun. So I got a job in a bar there. I was cover manager for about a month, and then I got given my own bar, and I was manager of one bar for 6 months, and then I got moved to another bar. I was there for about 7 months, I think.
Can you talk about what kind of bar it was?
Yeah, it was a lady bar. It was about 30 girls there, drinking, partying every day.
So let's break it down a little, because I think sometimes everything gets blurred together.
Yeah.
So on Walking Street, that's not where your bar was.
No,
Your
no,
bar
no.
was on
So
where?
my bar was on Soy 6. It was what you'd call a girly bar or a beer bar.
Okay.
Not a go-go, not like a strip club. It's different to that. Yeah, it was that type of bar.
Yeah, because on Walking Street, that's where all the go-go bars are.
That's right, yeah.
I know, like, a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, of course, everybody knows that.
Mm.
But believe it or not, a lot of people have never been to Pattaya and they don't know the whole thing. So Walking Street has all the go-go bars. That's where, like, the girls are dancing.
Mhm.
Do they have nudity? I don't know.
They do in some of the go-go bars. They have, like, models and coyotes. And,
Okay.
the models, take off the bra and stuff, and then the
You've never
coyotes.
seen that, I know. You just heard
No,
this.
no,
Yeah,
I've
of
heard
course.
these stories.
Yeah, and if people can't see, but Mac's girlfriend is sitting right here behind the camera. So, but you worked on Soy 6?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so Soy 6 is also a famous street because it's got like how many bars? Like 50, 100?
50 to 70. There was 70 open before COVID happened, and then I think since then it's been like teetering between 50, 60, 65, something.
Yeah. And how many girls would you say work at each bar on average?
Roughly 25 to 30
Okay.
in the good ones, and then some of them are like 15, 20.
So when you walk down the street, you're talking hundreds of girls.
There's about 1,000 girls on the street.
Wow. Trying to, get customers in, and it's kind of like a it's probably like the destination for these kinds of girl bars in Thailand.
Probably, yeah.
So you
definitely.
worked at one of these bars.
Yep.
And they eventually gave you a whole bar to manage.
Yeah, that's right. So the way it works is it's all changed now. The whole system's changed. They don't even have managers there anymore because they had some problems. We can get into that in a bit. But like the way it works is they hired you as a cover manager. If you can stick that out for like a month and you're good at it, they'll give you your own bar. Because there was the company I work for, they owned 21 bars at the time, and there's always one manager that have been there for a while that had, messed up or been fired or done something bad. And they're constantly sort of rotating them every few months, 2 or 3 months. There'd be a new bar opportunity for one of the cover managers to take and have his bar. So after about a month, there was a guy at a bar before me, and he was fighting with the customer. They just got rid of him, put me straight in, and that was my bar.
Hey guys, I wanted to let you know that we have started a brand new One Night in Bangkok community group hosted on the school platform. If you're coming to Bangkok soon, if you're traveling here, if you're thinking about moving here and you want to get the most out of your Bangkok experience, if you want some tips on how to get set up here, or if you just want to know the best places to go out, join the group down below. You can talk to Ern and I directly there. You can meet like-minded subscribers. And in the coming months, I'm going to be putting out a lot of guides and helpful info to help you guys get out there and have a great time in Bangkok. So join us down at the link below. It's totally free and we'll see you there. Now let's get back to the episode. It must be so hard to work in that environment every day.
It's actually not. It's actually one of the best and easiest jobs I've ever had. It's just like in the beginning, okay, so the first 6 months were great. You're just getting paid to drink and party and look after people. You're not handling any cash, any drinks. You're just a host, basically. You're just making people feel welcome, making sure everyone's having a good time, keeping an eye out for any idiots. It's pretty simple. Pretty easy. Towards the end of that job, they did start piling on a lot more work, like building checks, lady reports. Help if certain lady didn't turned up and she didn't have that many drinks. The bosses would be yakking me, shouting at me.
Do the girls have like a quota they have to meet?
If they want their full salary, yeah, they have to get 250 drinks per month to get their 15,000 baht a month salary. And if they don't,
so 90% of people know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But at these bars, the girls ask for a drink.
That's right.
That drink is at a higher price than a normal drink.
Yeah, and so your beer's 80, 90 baht, 100 baht, some bars. But like lady drinks, you're talking like 150, 170, 80. And they'll get 50 baht commission out of that.
Okay. And they're expected to get so many of these.
Well, they can get as many as they want, but if they want their full salary,
so they have a base salary, and then they get commission on the drinks on top of that.
Well, so they have the salary, but they've got to get that 250 drinks to get the salary. If they don't meet that, they get deducted 50 baht for every drink they don't.
Oh, really? So it's really just basically commission at that point.
What about the tips? I want to know about the tips. Like, is it a shared tip or?
So
because in Thailand we don't have that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So they've got a tip jar, but that's just randomly people leaving change and stuff, and then each lady gets their own tips from different customers. Like this guy might give this lady 100 baht. This guy might give that lady 100 baht, but they don't share.
They don't share, right?
They don't share that way. That's individual. The only tips that they share is what's left from the change in the bins.
Yeah.
The bills.
They you must have like a bell or something in the bar too, right?
Yeah, there's a bell in every bar.
The bell is you ring the bell, you buy everybody in the bar a drink.
That's right. Ring the bell, say goodbye to like 3, 4, 5,000 baht, basically.
Do people ever ring the bell and then they say like, oh, I didn't know what it was?
People, they ring it, they say they don't know what it was, usually when they've seen how much it costs. And then like they're pretty serious about it. Like if they don't pay, they get the security in and make them pay.
What's ring a bell?
So there's like a bell. Sometimes they use a horn, like a siren, and you ring it, and everyone goes crazy at this point. All the girls are like running around because everyone in the bar gets a free drink, including all the maids, the staff, the bartenders, the mama sans, and the manager.
I'm looking at Bam's face because I've seen this a million times. For her as a Thai person, you've probably never been in a place like this.
No.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
I only watch the show in Pattaya only once, and that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would they allow a Thai female to walk into one of these places?
They do. They're a bit more funny with Thai guys going in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Because their girlfriend might be working there and they're trying to protect them?
Something like that. They've had trouble in the past, because you never know who's a relative, a family member, someone looking out for someone. And they're never spending money like the Farangs are spending money in the bars either. So it's usually they're in there for a funny reason. It's not really their scene.
Uh-huh. Interesting. What is probably the biggest challenge you would say working at a bar like this?
Well, as a manager, a host, like the biggest challenge is just making sure you don't get too drunk and you can actually like get through the night and with no problems, you know, stuff like that. If you own your own bar, there's a lot more different challenges. But the bar I worked at before, it's just like keeping everyone happy, and it's sort of like, you know, sometimes the girls have got problems as well, and then if they have problems with the customers, you've got to like diffuse the situation, because as soon as like something gets heated in there, everyone stops spending money, everyone's stopping drinking, and then, you know, you say there's going to be a bad vibe in there, and then it'll reflect in the sales, and then the bosses will be coming down on you like, what's happened, and then it all comes back on your head basically. It doesn't matter if that girl's had a problem with that girl or someone's fighting, it comes back on the manager's head.
I heard there's some custom where at the beginning of the shift, or whoever gets the first customer, they pour out a beer or something.
Yeah, that's like a ritual. I don't know if that's the word they use, but like, it's like some prayer. They get 2 beer bottles, chang, spin round, woo. Like,
We just talked about it last week.
yeah. I don't know the name, but you see it all the time down there.
They take it seriously though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Really?
Okay, cool. What made you leave this job?
I didn't leave. I got fired.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is what I was going to tell you about. So like, that company had some stuff going on behind the scenes, and about 6 months into that job, at the top of the street, they started firing the managers like one after another, and I was at my second bar was down the bottom, so I was like one of the last ones. But they just changed the whole system. They didn't want foreigners working there. I think they realised they can make a lot more money without actually paying the managers to work there and just getting the mamasans to do the job, which in a business side of things is probably a smart move, making a lot more money. But I know myself, and a lot of other people know, like the vibe has changed a lot down there now, because people used to like going in there, seeing their friend, how you doing, and just having a chat with me. And I was the guy that sort of bridged the connections for some guys, because some guys are shy, they don't know how to do this. But now, like, you go in there now, and the mama-san's there, like, what do you want? What do you want? Ringing a bell, getting all the ladies lined up. It's like bam, 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 money, money, money. It's
I think
toxic.
a lot of people are going to agree with you, because this is something I've noticed. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what it is, but sometimes I think there's an indirect way to get what you want. And, you know, I think sometimes they forget, like, oh, this is a hospitality business.
I'm sure they had good reasons why they had to do that. Like, I'm not going to get into that, but it just, you know, it just put a whole... For everyone I know and that used to go there, all the managers and friends, like they said it'll never be the same again, sort of thing.
I've noticed the same thing in Bangkok too.
Really?
I feel like from the time I first got here to now, the whole thing has changed.
It's 7 years, you said you've been here.
Almost 7 years,
Really?
yeah. But the whole thing, in short, the whole thing has changed. It's not enjoyable. Not that I was like, I'm probably a worse customer than the Thai guys, to be honest with you. You should not let me into these places because I'm not spending anything. But I've noticed that the vibe just isn't there, to put it simply. So, yeah. So what did you do after this?
So after this, I just went straight back to YouTube, because that was what I was doing before. At that point, I had 3,000 subscribers, and I think I made £60 before I started working on Soy 6. Yeah. And then I didn't really, you know, my videos are getting 2,000 or 3,000 views, nothing crazy. And then I thought, well, I've been in the bars for like a year now. I've got a lot to talk about. So I just went back to YouTube, and, you know, that's when things started picking up.
When did you meet your girlfriend?
This was like when I first came back to Pattaya, before I was at the bar. Oh,
so you were dating while you worked at the bar? Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Does that ever cause any problems?
A little bit, yeah.
Because I've heard some Thai girls get jealous sometimes.
Yeah, I mean...
a little bit.
It was a bit awkward, you know, and but we love each other, and she tries to understand it's about money, and I'm, you know, trying to do everything I can to make it work. So she sort of puts up with me, and it was just had to be done, basically.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you left the bar, they got rid of you. You're on YouTube now. You're like, I'm gonna make this work. Did you give yourself a timeline? Like, okay, I'm going to try this for 6 months and then I'm going to have to go home, or?
No, I was just going at it hard every day, like one after another. Like I was putting out like 3 some weeks 4 videos a week. Back then, I was really, because I got fired from the bar. I had a bit of money. I was okay, but I thought if I don't, start moving now, it's going to catch up with me later. So I just hit it really hard then, and sort of paid off. Yeah,
I think you have to have a lot of discipline to live in a place like Bangkok, but even more Pattaya.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when I left the bar, I was not interested in drinking for a long time, going out, doing anything. I was just making videos, because I've done it for a year. I don't want to carry on going out partying, doing different stuff. So I was really motivated to work at that point.
Yeah. Okay. And how long ago was that you left, that the bar thing ended?
It's about a year and a half, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if people don't know, I mean, if they haven't seen you on YouTube, your channel is Mac TV.
Mac TV.
We'll put a link down below.
Yep.
So then, was it 8 months ago, 9 months ago? The BBC came calling.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
So I remember it quite vividly, because we was on holiday at the time in Koh Phangan, just chilling out, just having a break. I was doing pretty well on YouTube at this point, and made a bit of money, wanted to enjoy ourselves, so we went away. I was just sitting there, and an email came through like, BBC. I was like, what's this? And they were really keen to speak to me, and I thought, this is good opportunity. This is, and back then, you've probably heard the stories that the email said something like, we're making a documentary. We want to talk to different content creators in Thailand. We want to, we're exploring the life of content creators. Why so many people are coming to Thailand? We want to, talk about your videos, like everything you do, your editing and all this stuff about the videos I'm making, and stuff like that, which was okay, great. I'll tell you the timeline. That happened. We had a few back and forth conversations over the phone, video chats. It was all pretty good going, no bad vibes at all. And they came out to meet me. I forget the dates now. It's probably about 3 or 4 months before they shot, just to meet me, see it was all okay. Not with Zara, just the producers, and that was okay. And then the day come. I don't know if you saw my video of like what really happened. It was like they planned to. They said, "Oh, Zara's coming now. We're gonna have a walk down the beach."
Zara is the host.
The host.
And is she? Because this is a British program, and they were trying to get all like British content.
That's
creators.
right. They only wanted British. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from a little village called Wombourne, which is in a city called Wolverhampton, next to Birmingham. So that's probably where most people know Birmingham.
I gotta be honest, like city town names in England, they all sound made up.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea where that is, but I know they contacted a lot of people I know, and some people said like they didn't want to do it, and I know some of the people that were in the program that they did go through with it.
Yeah, like a lot of people said this, and I always had in the back of my head like BBC, and I've told a few people that were like, "Oh, be careful," and I was like, I don't care. Like they can say what they want, they can try and frame me in whatever picture they like, because I know ultimately I'm going to be the one getting the exposure from this. And I thought in the back of my head, if they do anything to try and paint, a bad picture or something that's not right, I'm going to expose them. I've got a YouTube channel. I think what they did was incredibly naive, like talking to different YouTubers and TikTok guys, because we've got the platforms to set the story straight, set the record straight, and that's exactly what I did. And just going off on a bit of a rant, the producers told me they're expecting 1 million views from this documentary in a month. I posted 2 YouTube videos and 2 TikToks, and I got 1.5 million views in 4 days, talking about all the lies and just everything that just was a load of bullshit, basically. And since then, usually when these BBC people, they do these documentaries, there's ongoing stories on BBC, on YouTube, like Zara, why did I do this, doing interviews, going on different shows, promoting it. They didn't do any of that for this one, and they also turned off all the comments on all the socials
because they
got
so much negative feedback.
Because they're just idiots, basically idiots.
Bam, did you see like in Thai social media people talking about this?
Yeah, a lot on TikTok and IG as well.
Yeah,
a lot of content creators were talking about it.
Yeah,
they're just so like she's naive to begin with. It was like interviewing like an 18-year-old girl. She's 28, but like it was like taking around. Like I don't
She's
want
28.
Yeah, but like her mentality, it felt like she was like 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the premise they pitched to you was like, oh, we're doing this thing about British people that move to Thailand to be content creators or something. But actually, what was the real thing?
Well, 2 days before they met me, they were like, "Okay, Mac. By the way, the documentary is called The Dark Side of Thailand." I was like,
Oh, they told you that?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
2 days before, I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And that sort of, you know, think, "Oh, okay, I sort of know what they're going for now," you know.
Because also recently there's been a few documentaries about Pattaya specifically that have been quite negative. So were you thinking, oh, this is going to be something to do with
like,
that?
Probably. Like they always try and paint it in a negative way because this is what gets clicks. This is what gets views. You know, being a YouTuber, you probably know as well. This is what people latch onto, negativity and stuff like that. And that's the whole premise of the program. That's what they were trying to do.
So when they did you talk to your girlfriend about this at all? With like,
yeah, like we spoke the whole time about it
because
you
she
know?
was in it too.
Yeah. You know, why not? Like, I really don't care. Like some people, like, oh, why'd you do that for? It's like it really doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
you know.
So when they arrive, like, what was the plan?
So, well, the plan was they were going to they told me we're going to go for a walk down Beach Road, have an interview with Zara, talk about the nightlife and stuff like that, which I expected.
Yeah.
And just like talk, I thought they were going to like go into like watch me come out film one of my videos and stuff like that, because that's like an angle that they spoke about. But really, they just said, "Oh, we're at Soy 6 now. Can you come down here?" I was like, this was like my condo's there. It's not far. So this was like 2 minutes before because I was already late. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can. I still wanted to do the documentary. I'm not going to say no because I wanted the exposure. Do you know what I mean? I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to say that.
But what was funny was when you watch the documentary, they say, we found Mac on Soy 6.
Yes.
Like you were living there.
To swear on this podcast, but I'm trying to hold it in. That annoyed me, that did.
Yeah.
So she said, we can find him on Soy 6. I never said that. Said that. Yeah. Like, I don't care if I did, yeah, but like...
Yeah. And what, like, did they get a permit to film on Soy? Because it's a very sensitive area.
So, like, I was shocked, actually, because I went down, there's like a street behind Soy 6, and I went and met him. And there was like 2 camera guys, like big cameras, and all the producers. And then there was like 15 police from Bangkok security, not Pattaya police, like proper Bangkok, you know, police.
Now, I'd
Boys
ask
in
you
blue,
why.
not brown.
I'd ask you why they have Bangkok police, but let's not talk about it.
Good idea.
So, okay, so you do this like interview walking down Soy 6, which I admit to someone from the outside is probably very interesting. But I would imagine that the bars had a problem with that. Did that?
Yeah, it was funny because like some of the bars know, well, a lot of the bars and the managers, they know who I am anyway, you know. And some of them are a bit funny with me because I'm always making videos, and you know, I don't know, like some people are.
Really, they should be thanking you because you're probably driving them a lot of traffic.
So many people there, yeah. But anyway, yeah, took them down, and then they're all looking out like, what the like, and we're walking down, and then they're just getting all the girls back in the bar, like they're scurrying around, like trying to, you know.
Yeah, because if people don't know, a lot of the girls that work at these bars, their families may not know what they're at, you know, where they're actually working. They may tell their family they work in a restaurant or wherever. Yeah. So they definitely don't want to be on the BBC.
That's definitely part of it, yeah.
Yeah. So, but did you have any real problem there, or was it?
Oh, yeah. So that they said in the documentary, it got closed down, but we walked down to the bottom of the street, and then we was going to go onto the beach, and then like... There was moaning. Some of the managers having to take the girls in and stuff, but then they said, "Oh, let's just walk back up the street," and they wanted to get like a fake money shot as if we'd been closed down, you know, which didn't actually happen. You know, it's like they got it on the camera, like one of their own guards being like, "No," like, and they put like when they did what's it called, like the narration afterwards, saying they got shut down and stuff. They never got shut down.
Now, did I hear they were asking you about stuff that you explicitly told them, like, I don't want to talk about this?
So I told them numerous times, like, topics that I didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, not just to do with bars, about my personal life, me and my girlfriend, like different stuff, loads of different stuff. They ignored everything. They ignored everything I said. And to be honest, it wasn't Zara so much. You know, if I told her something, she sort of listened, but the producers, like every 2 seconds, were like, ask him this. Ask him this. And I was like, I've said no. And I was like, on the camera, like, I've just told you I'm not talking about that. And they just completely disregarded everything like that I told them, basically. Even though before they were like, okay, yeah, we don't have to say that. And then the cameras are on and they're like, ask him.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I noticed like anytime your voice is heard in the documentary, but you're not on camera.
Yeah.
It's like they just like sliced and cut everything up.
They took a conversation from the top of the street and one from by the like near the beach when they asked me a completely different, unrelated question, and they chopped it up and they made it seem like I said like, oh, there's this and this and this, but like I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Which is very sneaky.
But they ended up finding another young lad, right? So tell me about what they did with this guy.
So we got to the beach. And they started asking me. This is when they really started hammering the questions. And I was swerving away, doing pretty well, you know. And every question she asked me, there was like mixing it around, but it sounded okay. But then like they got to a point where they were like, they want to know about the bar fines and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, put my foot down. And then the producer fucking took his headphones off, threw them on the floor, stormed over to the cameraman, like shouting in his ear, like, we're here, we've only got one night. No, come on. Like getting aggressive and stuff. And I was like, look, if you want to go find someone, you can go and find any bozo on Beach Road and go and ask him. I'm not saying it. And then that's what they did. They went and found this like...
They found a bozo, that's for sure.
Some like naive guy who's just here for a few days. You know, like... I don't want to blame him, but like it's up to him. You know, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you live here and you become accustomed to like, okay, I shouldn't say this. I need to be careful about this. Yeah. Maybe I don't want this thing blasted around an international program. Yeah,
it's like I don't need to say, oh, like I'm doing this documentary anyway. I'm not going to gain any extra more brownie points or followers by saying these things I don't need to say.
Well, the guy they ended up talking to, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but he wasn't the sharpest, pen in the set.
Yeah.
They ended up following him, or they continued filming with him in Phuket, I think.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the third episode, but I seen on the thing they caught up with him again. It's like, oh, he's a gullible one. We'll track him down.
Yeah. So, okay. So would you say that you personally like felt a lot of support afterwards, or were people coming down on you for some reason?
The Thai people, the Thai community on TikTok and on YouTube, and there was so many other Thailand content creators. They were praising me. I had like all of Thailand rooting for me, like saying like I had like on TikTok like 10,000 comments saying we love you, and I was like this is crazy. Just for because that was it. I made a TikTok saying the BBC scammed me, talking about what happened, and yeah, they're like, because they saw through it as well. You know, they see what they're trying to do.
The kind of the theme I got from it when I watched it was like, why are these weird British guys going to Thailand? Are they going to Thailand to take advantage of young Thai girls? And then they went to your condo, I think. And then they made a comment about like you and your girlfriend, or like it's weird or something like that.
It's a bit. I can't remember what she said now. She said it's a bit weird, a bit self-indulgent.
Yeah,
you know, and the thing that she said on that documentary, which kind of stuck with me, that I don't care, is that I'm feeding people a dangerous mindset, which I made a video on YouTube about afterwards. And it's like, I think that was like her final dig, you know what I mean, to try and like portray what she wanted to portray.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know it at the time, but when they also filmed on Soy Cowboy. And I was there that night at the Stumble In bar. Is that it? There's like a bar halfway, like a sports kind of bar. Like I don't know if it's a sports bar, but something like that. It's not a go-go bar. And I was eating with somebody, and we were sitting on the rail, and I saw this white girl with like a big camera set up and the boom mic and everything. And I turned to my friend, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, I wonder like what they're doing, because it's a big deal to be able to film on in a place like Soy Cowboy. And in the documentary, they made it. I don't know if this was true or not, but I don't know if the bar managers got mad or something, and they're asking him to delete the footage, or it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that really happened, or do you think they manufactured it?
BS, that's bullshit, man. Like, everything in that story was fabricated to the max. Like, even just everything. I don't believe anything bad happened. Like, people come to Thailand and they go to these places, they have a great time, but like, she's just trying to paint it so bad.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a minute. I think they just fabricated it, made it seem like it happened when it didn't happen. They did the exact same thing when they said they got shut down on Soy 6.
Well, I will say, I think after watching it, even with their selective editing, I think you did a good job presenting yourself.
Yeah,
I would not be as good. I'm not. I'd probably be like, oh yeah, sure. Let me tell you about this.
Like before the documentary, maybe I acted a bit gullible to them because I sort of knew what they wanted, and I just played along with everything. But when they shot, you know, I changed my tune completely.
I got you. I got you. They were going to use you, and you said, no, I'm going to use you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And it's good timing because you're working on a new project, right?
That's right, yeah. That's right. I didn't have this underway or, you know, it wasn't in the motion while that documentary was on. I probably would have spoke about it back then. But, yeah, as of like a 2 weeks ago, I'm going to be opening up my own bar on, I can't reveal the location yet. I'm going to wait for a video.
In Pattaya?
In Pattaya, yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure a lot of people have said to you, like, are you stupid? Like, Pattaya already has too many bars. What do you say to those people?
I've heard it all, you know, but yeah, it has a lot of bars and people say, oh, it's low season. I've had some comments saying, oh, it's tourism's down. Why are you doing this? You know, like people open bars and they don't make any money, but like not everyone opens a bar and not everyone's got 70,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Exactly.
You know? There's only one other guy in Pattaya that has. So.
And he has a bar, right?
Yeah, Trevor, Buzzing Lounge, but he's like a lot older sort of thing.
Yeah. And I saw you had some interesting ideas for it, like upstairs you wanted to do something.
Yeah, so like upstairs I'm thinking maybe something like this, I don't know.
Actually, since you just reminded me, hold on 1 second. So I saw you wanted to do maybe some kind of podcast studio or something like that, maybe. So I have a bunch of stuff left over from when I built this one.
Oh, really?
So you can take these. I don't need it
way.
anymore. Yeah, it's just some cable. It's just some cables and stuff. But yeah, yeah.
Definitely put that to good use. I really like this soundproof because usually it's just like the foam, but this one.
Don't tell my landlord.
That looks really cool.
Yeah,
might steal that idea.
So yeah. I did. This is version 2. I had another place before this.
Okay.
And that's where I started and learned a lot. And then when I came to this place, I thought, okay, this is how I'm going to outfit it. So, yeah. I think it's a cool idea to make it more than just, you know, a place to drink.
Like daytime, sort of a studio video room. Maybe I'll just film YouTube videos there, bring guests on, get a, you know, good sofa set up, do some podcasts. And then in the nighttime, I still need to figure this out yet, but if I can flip it around and make it like a VIP room, because I think we're going to be quite busy some nights, and there's some customers that like privacy, you know, so if they can go up there, you know, for a fee, of course.
So it must be so hard to start any kind of business in Thailand. In fact, I mean, I know it is, but especially a bar. What are some of the things that came up that you didn't expect?
Well, so far with this one, it's been plain sailing, but I was actually going to open up a bar about 6 months ago, and I built up this big story on YouTube, you know, giving updates, it's happening, we're doing this. And then it fell through and it was really annoying because like I told all my fans it was happening, and then that sort of dream died for a bit. But what was your question again? Sorry, what was it?
I'm sure in this process, like some stuff came up that you were never expecting. Yeah.
So like last time, when you take over a bar or whatever, when you come to pay that deposit on the day for the building and the lease, the owners, the previous ones, should hand you a document to sign all the stuff to prove they've got the right to sell that. Because what happens a lot is you get like Mama Sans and different people try and sell people these bars, but they don't have the right to sell it, and they'll take the deposit. You'll start work or whatever, and then a couple of months down the line, the real landowners will be there with the real lease, and they'll just kick you out. And that would have happened back then, and I think that does happen quite often.
Especially if it's, they're targeting a foreigner that maybe doesn't know.
Like there's a load of ads on Facebook all the time, like, oh, bar for sale,
Yeah, I see
golden opportunity. And you get these guys that come into town that, they might be rich or whatever, and they want to open up a bar, and they just think, oh yeah, let's go for it. And down the line, they just get scammed.
Yeah, what I see a lot is, shows pictures of some bar, and it'll be like takeover fee, 2 million baht, and then rental 50,000 baht a month. So what exactly are they paying for? I mean, they don't own the building. They're just paying to...
So sometimes you can buy the building outright, or you just buy the lease. They do it on like a 3 thing, like every 3 years it has to renew or something. But like there's different ways you can do it. You can buy the building, or you just buy the lease and rent the bar.
Yeah.
And you sort of just pay the rent each month. Usually about 80 to 120,000 baht a month for Soy 6, Soy 7 area.
80 to 100,000. How many customers can fit in the bar, roughly?
About 50.
50? Oh, okay.
Maximum.
So, actually, that's not as much as I
might have a couple
think.
Standing.
Okay. Yeah. Because I had a friend that had a small kind of, I don't know what you call it, beer bar, girl bar in Bangkok, in a bar, I don't know what you call it, like a beer garden kind of area. And his bar was very, very small. It was like half the size of this room.
Really?
And he was paying like almost 100,000 baht a month, I think. And he was still making money, but it was very small. And then they wanted to redesign this area. And they wanted him to move out. So they just basically bulldozed his bar and then said, oh, okay, you can move over there. And he had to rebuild it.
Build it himself again.
Yeah. So it's all kinds of funny stuff happens. That's why I don't know if I have the heart to do something like that.
Like for anyone just coming into town, you've got to be careful. But like I've sort of lived there now. I know the right people and the connections and stuff. So
yeah, I think I actually had someone contact me recently. They're from Australia, and they're looking to start a business in Thailand. And my first piece of advice would be, do not start a business in Thailand until you've lived here for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like there's so many assumptions that I think we from the West make that just aren't true here. And you need to understand what's normal, what's not, what can happen, like this, what situation you just said, when, that's like unthinkable. Like in the West, someone's gonna, that doesn't have the right to sell a building is gonna, try to scam you like that. But some things like this can be quite common here.
Yeah, all the time.
So when do you think your bar will open?
Middle of December.
Okay.
I did want to open for my birthday, which is on the 10th of December, but I reckon it's going to be around the middle. But I might just throw a birthday party like a week later, like a late birthday party.
Because you're like renovating the whole thing. You're not just buying it and then putting a sign on.
It's currently being demolished, stripped right back, and we're planning on. I'll tell you on this podcast, but we're planning on doing like pure LED on the walls and ceiling. So it's going to be like purely interactive, like the whole roof.
Okay. And can you give us a hint as to what area of Pattaya it's in?
Central.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's going to be called Delusion Bar. Well, Delusion. Not Delusion Bar, just
Delusion. Okay, that's a good word for a bar in Pattaya.
I've had a lot of people saying it's bad idea, it's a bad name, negative. I don't know, I think you've got to be a bit crazy, a bit out of the box. And a lot of people were saying, oh, why not call it Max Bar, Mac TV Bar and stuff like that. But
that's like a boomer name.
Well, it doesn't sound cool. And a lot of people, some people said they might think it's Mac TV Transvestite Bar or something like that. I had that comment a few times.
Wait, what's that?
Like a TV Transvestite Ladyboy. That came up. And, in the future, if for whatever reason I want to sell the bar, sell the business, it's got my name on it and people are going to associate that, it's only making money because that's Max Bar,
Okay, so bar's going to open in December called Delusion.
Delusion, yep.
Okay, so we don't have a link yet, but maybe when it opens, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Actually, maybe, Bam. What do you think about this? Maybe we should go and do like a live stream in Pattaya, something like that. Yeah,
definitely. And if I've got my studio set up, that'll, to be honest, that won't be done till like January.
That's going to take some time. But, from experience, I can tell you.
You're welcome to come down when it's ready.
It's it's a learning process.
Yeah, looking forward.
So, before we get out of here, give me some tips for the guys or girls, even though it's it's going to be guys that are going to Pattaya in the next year, where are the places you think that they should check out? Like, where are like the hot spots now?
Well, top five's got to be Soi 6, Soi 7, Walking Street, Soi Buakhao, and LK Metro. That's where all the nightlife is in Central, those 5 places. Soi 7's getting a lot better these days. There's a new bar just opened up today called Bar 7, and it's got like a massive screen. It looks like Walking Street, one of the bars does down there. So it's definitely worth checking out those 5 places if you want nightlife.
Okay, what about if someone doesn't want like the girl entertainment side of it?
Yeah, so like I would recommend staying in a place like Pratumnak. You can stay Jomtien. Pratumnak's a bit nicer. There's some nice chill bars there, really good restaurants, one of the best beaches, and like sport activities, stuff you can do there.
Okay.
Check out that area.
And what about daytime? Do you think there's any like...
Daytime, it doesn't really matter. Just go check out the malls. Pattaya Beach is great for daytime. You know, just there's loads of beer bars and relaxed vibe, fake markets, shopping, stuff like that.
Yeah. My parents maybe will visit this year. You know, maybe I'll take them a weekend trip down to Pattaya. Yeah,
like I tell everyone to go there. Like I say, people have got all these assumptions like, oh, not sure about that place, but just go. Like, don't let whatever you see on YouTube put people off. You know, like I said, people make videos that latch on to negativity, and there's so much talk about Pattaya. That means there's so many more videos about this and that, and it sort of puts people off. And I think it's a bad thing, really, but people should come check it out.
Cool. Well, if you want to see more of Mac, his new bar opening, and everything else to do with life in Pattaya, go subscribe to his channel down below. Go check out his videos and when you talked about like the behind the scenes of the BBC documentary, because you gave a lot of good info in there. And if you want to see more of what's happening in Bangkok, subscribe to this channel. Check us out on our new Instagram account, and we will see you in the next one.